What's up, guys? JP here, and this is gonna be day 31 in my 31 days of horror. I'm like really late on this. It's like the 10th, and I was supposed to have this up on the 31st. So, um, I totally dropped the ball on that one. I watched the movie on Halloween. I didn't feel like doing the video at all. I just really did not feel like doing any kind of reviews. Um, for the next week or so after that. Then I actually kind of just forgot about it for a minute, and then once I remembered, I was like, oh yeah, I still got to do that. So yeah, I finally got around to doing it. So let's just go into the movie, and it is Trick or Treat from the year 2007. I believe it had a hard time getting released. I I don't think it actually got put out for a while. So yeah, Trick or Treat. It's a film that I watch all the time. Every Halloween I watch this movie. Since it hit DVD, I think. Um, and it's a horror anthology, so it's kind of hard to like with most of the anthologies that I've reviewed or whatever or talked about. It's kind of hard to really go into without spoiling things, and you know me, I hate spoiling things, so I'm not going to go into it too much, but I will briefly talk about, the stories. One of the stories involves a First of all the stories in this film are great. You know how normally when you get an anthology, some stories are better than others, and uh, there's always usually one story that wasn't so good. In this film, all of them are good. The whole movie's good. It also isn't really a straight, like, linear path like most anthologies where it just goes from one story to the next. They're all intertwined and connected, and the more you watch it, it actually helps to you see with repeated viewings you pick up things you didn't see before. You notice more scenes where the stories kind of bump into each other, and it's really cool. And it's also not shot in a straightforward way. It keeps going through time in different sections. It doesn't go straight through, so that's pretty awesome. Anyway, the stories. The first one of the stories is a story of a group of kids as they are, in Halloween night, trick-or-treating and stuff, and they decide to investigate a town legend of a school bus crash that was, possibly, a little bit of foul play there, and that had a bunch of kids on the bus, and, all the people died. So they go to investigate that. That story is so great. Really, really awesome camera shots in that story, and the fog, and it's just a really cool, creepy story that is probably, I would probably say it's my favorite story in the um, film. I don't know, it's hard to pick. They're all so great. Mainly just because it really is kind of nostalgic and reminds me of when I was, a kid on Halloween, and it really has that feel to it, where it just feels really real, and the whole the story is really good, is what I'm trying to say. Um, Another story is of a old, kind of a grumpy old man who really doesn't like Halloween, and he gets a special visitor, and stuff happens. That's pretty basic. That one is also pretty cool. It, it involves Sam a lot, which is kind of like the mascot, who is, in my opinion, amazing. I think it's such a cool character, so mysterious and creepy, and it's really, really works for the movie. It's such a perfect, just the way he's mysterious, and stands around, just the way he walks and grabs candy, like just the way he moves is just really awesome. The other story has to do with what was it? The like kind of a group of girls, college girls maybe, somewhere around there. Um, and they're on their way to a Halloween party. They're trying to pick up some dates, and the younger girl in the group is, you know, the virgin type girl, and it's a really cool story. It's actually probably my favorite. At least this scene at the end of that story is really good. It's so awesome. Also, you know, it, it's hard to talk about this without spoiling it, but I'll just leave it at that. But that story, when you watch it through a bunch of times, you pick up more and more stuff that's so cool, and that you didn't notice the first time. So the last story follows a high school teacher, or I think it was a high school principal, and you follow him through his secret life that he has, I guess, and I'll leave it at that. Like I said, these stories are really easy to spoil, so I don't want to go into them too much. But I love the way that this movie connects all the stories together. Like I said, it's not like the traditional anthology where, you know, each story doesn't really have to do anything with the other stories, and it kind of, you know, just goes one at a time. This one is really interwoven and connected and goes all around back and forth between all the stories, and it really gives it a feel of like the magical, wondrous night of Halloween. You know, all these tales happening on Halloween night, and it really makes Halloween feel such a big event. And it also, you know, has great Halloween atmosphere with the lighting and the fog and the, you know, red tinted moon and the wind, and just really has that. And the Sam character really helps with that. Um, there is some comedy in it, but it's done really well. You know, it doesn't really take you out of it. I actually, speaking of comedy, on this Blu-ray here, there's some bonus features with some deleted scenes, and they were pretty heavier on the comedy, I guess. Some of them were just alternate scenes, and pretty much every single scene that was in the bonus features, I pretty much agreed that they should have been taken out, because I think it would have, you know, some of them just drug a little bit, and other ones were a little bit too funny, and I think that the movie was, you know, cut perfect, and what was took out was definitely worth taking out. If you've never seen Trick or Treat, I normally don't, you know, stress this enough about movies, but this is one that it is an absolute must see. I know everybody's pretty much seen it, but just in case you haven't, you have to. It's the perfect Halloween movie, and it's awesome. Everything about this film is just great, from the acting, the writing, the directing, the editing, the lighting, the everything you could think of is pretty much up to where it should be in a film. You know, really great. And even the Sam character, you know, the costume that they chose is great. The look of him, everything is just, you know, fantastic in this movie. I can't stress it enough. If you've never seen it, like I said, see it. It's so worth it. 5 out of 5. Check it out.